All right, all right, guys. Thank you for joining me today. I have an accent. I have an accent. All right. I have an accent. All right. Very good. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight, guys. So tonight we're going to talk about the truth about the 2025 Project 2025, also known for its PDF file or book known as Mandate for Leadership: The Conservative Promise. Now, the PDF is in the description section below, so you got to look a little, look past the first paragraph. You should see the first link. It should put you on to that. All right. Raccoon Eyes, thank you for the 5x5. 3%er, thank you for the 5x5. Paul F., Waldo USA. Dan Phillips, thank you for the 5x5. WTC, Kathleen, Loretta. Who else did I miss? If I missed anybody, I apologize. Scott, Kea, Welder, Water Tiger, Angelwood, thank you for the 5x5. Dan Phillips, Via Intuitive, Keeble, Chris, Neil, Uptech, Humberto, One Shot, One Kill, Renee, Glock, thank you for the 5x5. Brian, thank you for the 5x5. King of Appalachia, Lisa, thank you for the 5x5. God Mom and Neil to No One, thank you for the 5x5. All right, guys, so Christian Prepper, man, thank you for joining me. Christian Prepper, by the way, I have to email you back. I know you've emailed me on the Yahoo. I got to email you back. I'm going to ask you a question. I think you might have answered it already, but I'm asking you again. But anyway, with that being said, guys, talking about the mandate leadership. Now, I saw this pop up, and I started seeing people talk about it in the chat. And in the chat, guys, a lot of people were stating how this is bad. And nobody... yes, I'll be explaining what it's about in a couple seconds. Spazola. Whatever. But anyway, basically a lot of liberals are complaining about the 2025 project. And in the prepper community, we are quick to look at shit like this and think there's something wrong with it. We look at it right away and go, oh, this can't be good. But what you have to do, guys, is you have to do your own research. Because this is important, because the 2025 project is actually the mandate for leadership. One shot, one kill. Right. No, it's not bad. All right. So in a nutshell, it's a roadmap to fix America. That's what it is. And when you read it, like I said, you read it for yourself, they throw a couple things out there, like right out of the gate. So when you look at the PDF, which I think reading the PDF is a lot easier because you could jump to certain things. But basically, guys, the first section, when it says taking reign of government, what they want to do, guys, is take reign of government and put government back in its place and give the people the power back. Meaning the president and the offices of the government work for the people and not the other way around. That is the gist of it. Now, as you read each section, right, so section 1 is taking reign of government. People are like, oh, what does that mean? Oh my God, they're going to take over the world. Section 2, the common defense. Section 3, the general welfare. That's talking about everything under the sun, from Department of Agriculture, Department of Education, Department of Energy and related commissions, Environmental Protection Agency, the Department of Health and Human Services, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the Department of Interior, Department of Justice, the Department of Labor and related agencies, Department of Transportation, and the Department of Veteran Affairs. Now, when I jumped to the Department of Veteran Affairs, they talked about squaring the veterans away better and treatment better for them. And it goes into like a play-by-play on how to do it. Section 4, the economy. Section 5, independent regulatory agencies. All right, so it's 5 sections, and they're different subsections in that section, like the Department of Commerce, the Department of Treasury, Export-Import Banks, Federal Reserve, Small Business Administration, and Trade. Guys, this is a lot to read, and you don't have to read this all at one time, but I jumped around enough to look at this and go, it's a roadmap. Now, liberals are having a heart attack about it because they're not reading this. They're letting the grapevine tell them what this is, and because Trump is sort of, he's not that he's backing it, because he didn't really know what it was. He knows what it is now, and he's reading through it, or he's being told what it is. He's liking what he's hearing. And so you have articles like, I don't care who wins, Biden or Harris, but Trump is not an option because we have to get rid of Project 2025. Project 2025, no whining. Project 2025 was written by Heritage Foundation, if I'm not mistaken. It's, as they call it, a right-leaning think tank. And again, look into it. That's all you got to do. Look into it, guys, and you're gonna see what it really is. Now, this was written a year ago. Last year it was written, and it was published last year. A lot of people started mentioning it and started trying to tie it with Trump and how Trump is going to take over America, even if Trump used this. And this is a play-by-play, and this is, again, according to Heritage Foundation, this is a play-by-play on how to rebuild America. This is not saying that if Trump wins, he has to follow it. Hell, if Biden wins, they would like Biden to follow this. They would like whoever's going to win to follow this to rebuild America, because it's what America was before we had all this lunacy take over. Look into the tank, but wear goggles. So again, guys, this is liberal propaganda at its highest. Talk about disinformation and misinformation. YouTube is letting these YouTubers talk about this shit like it's a bad thing. But if we turn around and talk about it like it's a good thing, which it is, they're undoubtedly going to start knocking our channels. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to talk about it. Grit and grace, exactly. Democratic psyops. But listen, you know the crazy thing about the psyops, grit and grace, is that they have even preppers and some right-leaning people thinking that this is bad. And all I'm telling people is read it for yourself. Before you start listening to Democrats and liberals, read it for yourself. You're going to be pleasantly surprised at what you see here. Now, are you going to agree with everything in here? Probably not. I know I'm not. I didn't read the whole thing. I read a lot of it from when I first found out about it, and I'm liking what I'm reading, but there's probably going to be shit in here I'm not going to like, but it is what it is. People, when people run for presidency, you are not going to like everything they say. You're not going to agree with everything they do. You can't. You cannot agree with everything someone does. If you do, you're an asshole. Period. If you agree with everything Trump does, you're an asshole. If you agree with everything Biden does, you're a bigger asshole. If you think Kamala Harris is smart, you're just a fucking jerk off and need to walk off a short pier. You get my point. You're not supposed to agree with everything. You're not supposed to agree with me on everything. You're not supposed to agree with Bear Independent or Canadian Prepper on everything. That's not how it works. We are not here to satisfy your every likings. And if you look at somebody and you think and you agree with everything they say, you need to check yourself. Because you have the Jim Jones fucking infection. Remember Jim Jones? That's the guy that went down to Guyana with a bunch of followers and told them to drink shit. And people followed him down there because they hung on his every word because he could do no wrong. David Koresh, he could do no wrong. You're supposed to agree to a point. And as long as you could disagree with people but still believe in their message or still like them and follow them, that's a good thing, because that means you're not 100% invested in their nonsense. There are people who are 100% invested in Trump. Now, somebody said it earlier, this is the Democrats' QAnon. Absolutely right, whoever said that earlier. Absolutely right. But again, do not go on my word, guys. Read this for yourself. That is the most important thing you could do. So when you argue with a liberal, you know exactly what you're talking about. When you argue with a liberal, you can quote some of this shit, right? But the letting the liberals, because listen, CNN and the rest of these channels, they're going to go hard on this 2025 thing. Hard. They're going to tell you that the Mandate for Leadership is a racist book and a homophobic book. I guarantee it. It's coming down the pike, guys. They're going to sit there and they're going to tell you, hey, this is going to take away your black rights. I had somebody tell me that yesterday. They're like, you being black, how you're a dancing, he said, you're a dancing monkey or fool for white people. I'm like, yo. And he clearly doesn't follow me here or know who I am. In that regards, like me being an asshole. I mean, not like who I am. I'm not important. But he's like, you're being black and you're conservative. They don't even like you. I'm going, yo, I could walk through any white neighborhood and not even fucking worry about it. Even a racist white neighborhood and not even fucking worry about it. I walk through a black neighborhood and I got to worry about getting robbed by rats and raped by crackheads. Right? But these people are pushing this and they're going to push it. I saw this, and again, the guy unfriended me because when I called him stupid, I'm like, you're so stupid, you fell for the divide, the racial divide, by calling me out for being black and being a tap dancing, whatever it was he said, for conservatives. And so he unfriended me. So I couldn't get his the meme he put up. But he put up this meme, and in one of the things I read, it said to get rid of the LGBTQ. I'm like, where the fuck did that say? That there is nowhere in this mandate for leadership where it talks about getting rid of anyone. So that being said, guys, when people start arguing about this, you got to shut them down. You got to step on their dicks and shut them the fuck down. Simple. It's not. It's for everyone. Everyone needs to read their shit. They can't just let people tell them. Don't let me tell you what this is. Read the shit. I put the link in the description section so that you can read it as well. So you could be like, oh my God, this Negro actually fucking, he knows what he's talking about because he read it. It's as simple as reading it, guys. Just reading the first couple of things. Now, I have to admit, when you go on their website, there's some strongly worded shit on there. And I'm like, oh, bad choice of words, man. Because you're talking to morons. And when you word things strongly, morons can't understand that. So idiots are like, what is this? Why is he, what does this mean? Why is it they word it this way? They must mean, no, they don't. Like they want to get rid of the federal educational system. They want to leave it to individual states. They want to get rid of a lot of federal agencies and leave it to the states. So, again, read your shit. Yeah, man, it's all a plantation. We're all here fucking working and, picking cotton and shit now. We're just doing it digitally. That's all. I mean, I'm not picking cotton anymore. I used to, but I don't have to anymore. I got a fucking a tits schedule, and I fucking work when I want. And I don't have to listen to anybody. Listen, I'm at work right now. I do certain things that like, you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, what are they going to do? Fucking fire me? So what? I'll retire again. I'm at that point in my career where I could fucking just be like, fuck this. I'm out of here. I don't have to tap dance and pick cotton for anyone. I don't have to do any of that shit anymore. I could fucking leave. I could shut down YouTube and I'll be fine. But, yeah. This shit, cotton is very light. Nice. Yeah, picking nylon is going to rip your fingers apart. So is picking cotton. Like, I always wanted to do that. I wanted to pick cotton to see what that's like, just to see what slaves went through on a daily basis. Because a lot of them developed, like, the arthritis. And it was, like, something called a cotton picking hand syndrome. Or there was a syndrome they developed and their hand was, like, permanently like this from picking cotton all day. But that's a side fuck. And I'm sorry for going there. Yeah, retire again. Yo, you should. I mean, though, some of the shit you need to do this. Why? They're like, because nope, absolutely not. What are they gonna do? Fire me? And then they're like, and then people just let the conversation go. Cause I'm just like, I'm done with the job. I came back to make my money, and pad my pension even more. After this year, it's padded, so I can leave whenever I want. But I'm only staying because I'll get into that when I retire, while I'm staying a little longer. But if I have to leave in the next couple of months, out of fuck Yost, man. I'm out of here. There isn't anything the fucking job can tell me at this point. I retired. Doing OnlyFans. Nope. No, thank you. Someone just mentioned something about OnlyFans and a movie. So, listen, guys. I think on the Angry... so, I have to let you guys know this. I'm going to mention on Angry Prepper next week. To go live, if I'm not mistaken, I think I need 300 subscribers out of the gate. Wait. Do I need 300 subscribers? I need 1,000 subscribers. Or 500 subscribers on the movie channel. And then I can go live. But before then, I don't think I'll be able to go live. But we are definitely going to have fun with that channel. The movie channel, guys, is just for fun. We're going to try to leave the political bullshit behind, and we're just going to pick on movies. Because why the fuck not? My underwear is cotton. My underwear is cotton too, I think. And by the way, speaking of underwears, a nice pair of breathable underwears. I try to wear these new cool high-tech underwears. Yo, fuck that shit. I'm never wearing them again. I'm throwing them in the fucking garbage. They're great for winter camping, but they're not good for fucking today. Like days like today. Because we're talking about underwears, by the way. People are like, how do we get here? How do we switch so drastically? Someone said you're breaking up. I'm all right on my end. The name of the movie channel, when I name the channel, you guys will find out then. Not being a dick, Angelwood. I'm just surprise you guys. But it's up for a vote, so you guys can check it out. Am I going to stream on Twitch? No, I'm not. Should I? I keep hearing about fucking Twitch, fucking little moths, man. They find their way in here. I'm like, how the fuck do they find their way in here all the time? Whatever. Yeah, well, I'll post it on the chat, on the community board. I'm gonna post it on the community board. I'll post it up there. Thank you for 5x5. Let the boys be free. Yeah, well. Yeah, listen, like I said, it's just a fun time. I think, like, you know, outside of the Angry Truth and the Angry Prepper, always talking about all the bullshit that's going on, we need some fun shit. And then there's the fitness channel, which I'm going to start having a little fun with as well. But I'm not going to do any live streams with the fitness channel. The movie channel, I will. Twitch is for little kids. Thank you, Angelwood. Thank you for making it so clear. She's like, Twitch is for retards. You don't need to be on there. 10-4. I'll stay off of it. Where are we at now? All right, in a couple minutes, I'm going to go off because I got to go for a walk. Or I might ride my bike. I haven't decided yet. It's a stationary bike. It's a fucking CrossFit bike. Are you considering pimping for a part-time gig? Pimping? No, thank you. I know a pimp. Told me the other day. I was breaking his balls because I was asking him questions. And he was like, he looked at me and he's like, yo, I'm a fucking drug dealer. All right? I was like, I wanted to hear you say it. Then he admitted to being a pimp. I was like, and that too? I'm like, what is this? The fucking 70s? What are you, fucking Superfly? What the fuck just happened? He starts laughing. I'm like, I said, how did you go backwards when you were doing well? He was like, yo, COVID and shit got hard. I'm like, I said, just fucking watch your ass, man. The fucking game isn't the same, and you're too old for this bullshit, too. But when he told me he was a pimp, I was like, pimp? What the fuck is going on? And he's a nice pimp at that. I'm outside talking to him, and this chick walks up to him, and he's like telling her some shit. And then she walked away all like, and I'm like, the fuck did I just witness? He goes, oh, that's one of my girls. I'm like, oh. I was like, dude, next time they fucking come next to you, tell me. I don't want to catch AIDS or hepatitis. With fucking hookers, the shit is airborne. They just emit that shit from their skin. I'm gonna be standing there. I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. And she was like, gross, dude. It was gross. It was fucking gross. It was like, there's things I don't want to stand next to, and that's fucking mattresses with bed bugs on it and whores. I don't want to stand next to them. He said, sounds like a liar. He wasn't lying. When I saw that chick walk up to him, I was like, holy shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't ask for more than a nice pimp. Yo, listen, again, the world I live in and the people I know people from all avenues. All avenues. And when you grow up in the inner city, you unfortunately know the bad element. And in fact, one of the bad element got arrested the other day, and people are like, yo, did you hear such and such got arrested? I said, let me guess, for stealing? He goes, yeah. I go, serves his ass right. What the fuck's he still stealing for? What is he, 5? You know, so he's going to be away for a couple of months. And when he gets out, I'm going to break his balls. I'm like, you done fucking being a child? Get a fucking job like everybody else, man. You know? Because I'm a pimp. Yeah, no, it's interesting just the shit that goes on and the people I know. It's crazy. You know, and I started thinking about it. I'm like, I know a fucking pimp, drug dealers, thieves, firefighters, cops, correction officers, EMTs, Bible thumpers. I mean, like, everything under the sun. You know? And I don't hang out with these people. I really don't. One of my buddies like, yo, you should come to my bar. And I'm like, I think not. I said, it's cool when we hang out and we talk, but I'm not hanging around. I said, I'm not hanging around your element. That's not, you know, that's not going to be me. I'm not going to put myself in a situation where shit pops off. Now I'm fucked. No, thank you. You know, he understood. He got it. He was like, all right, man, I get it. You know, I said, I still got to fucking maintain a certain level or distance from the shit that goes on. I could talk to my boys all day. I grew up with them. I'm not going to abandon them and shit like that because they chose a fucking different path. I'm not going to do that. But I'm also not going to put myself in a situation where I end up in a fucked up situation, right? No, guys, that was a car. That was a car. It was like a backfire. These assholes, they always do that shit around here with their pipes and shit. Yes, Dan Phillips, I even know hipsters. I know hipsters as well. But, pimpster. I like that. A pimpster. A hipster pimp. Pimpster. Anyway, that's enough of that bullshit. Guys, anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Read Mandate for Leadership for yourself. Read it. You guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. Northern Girl Hobbies, thank you for putting that up there. Thank you for putting a link in the chat as well. The links in the chat, guys, and links in the description section below. Do yourself a favor and just read some pages. Don't read all of it if you don't want to. Read some pages. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Do not let the liberals and their propaganda start attacking this and making it bad. It is not a bad thing. Though you might not agree with everything, you're going to agree with a lot of it. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for dealing with my bullshit, and I will see you guys next week.